8 hot booties siliconed in Hollywood, and 7 laughable fails. The world owes a lot to Kim Kardashian. You may be thinking, WTF? Well, it was the young Kim K who made big booty hot. K. Before Kim, Hollywood was full of pert, little backsides. So, you may be asking, where did all the big booty come from? Well, if you Google butt enhancement, you get a range of results, from doing squats to develop those glutes, to submitting to fat injections or butt lifts, or both. Silicone implants are another option. Cost? Squats are free. The procedure? Think between $15,000 and $35,000. And you can't sit on them for 2 weeks. So, you may be asking, where did all those big female butts come from all of a sudden? Forget the idea that Amber Rose did a million squats to develop that big booty of hers. And Ice-T's Coco Austin freely admits she had work done to both her boobs and her butt, so they would be the same size. And booties are more fun on talk shows because the celebrities who deny having work done say, "Go on. Squeeze my butt." Cue the red-faced presenter. And the celebrity family with the most enhanced butt count? You guessed it, the Kardashians. It's not nice to consider this image, but even Caitlyn Jenner has joined the big butt club. Relax. We're not including her on this list. Here come 15 big booty babes who had a little help with their backsides. Or, a lot of help. Some are hot. And some are not. 1. Nicki Minaj. So much better before. Nicki Minaj is the kind of girl who rolls up to Paris Fashion Week and sits front row, wearing a jacket that reveals that her massive boob is covered only by a tiny pasty. She has had more work done than just about anyone else we know of. And guess what? She was so much better before, when she was young and cute hot, as opposed to an older and plastic dud. Take that backside of hers. It's way too big for her tiny frame. And, well, it looks like what it is, fake. She's currently garnering a fair amount of attention for all the wrong reasons. Seems like her brother, Jelani, is charged with child R***P. She stood by him, though, and reportedly posted bail for him when he was first arrested. 2. Blac Chyna. The case of the deflating tush. What do you get when you mix a video vixen, former stripper, and so-called entrepreneur with Rob Kardashian? Well, you get a very bad reality TV show, a kid, and an acrimonious split. Think courtrooms, judges, and restraining orders. At one point, Blac Chyna was loved up with rapper Tyga, before Kylie Jenner. They even had a kid together. Then came also Ron Kardashian Rob, a pathetic reality TV show, yet another kid, and the predictable falling out. What was not predictable was the fact that, at one point, it appeared that her siliconed backside was deflating. Either it was fat injections dissolving, or faulty, shifting implants that deflated from all the pressure of being sat on. Now, even before Deflategate, we think her enhanced tush was haha over the top. 3. Kim Zolciak. Cute hot. Reality TV chick Kim Zolciak is so addicted to fame that she even sells the story of her getting fillers injected into her butt. Like the sight of her backside on a table with a doctor and the needle in the frame is a sight anybody wants to see. Like it or not, Kim Zolciak has been into the fame thing since she first appeared on Bravo's Real Housewives of Atlanta way back in 2008. While we will have to admit that her injected butt is hot cute, we still don't like the woman. She's gone on to marry a toy boy Atlanta-based football player by the name of Croy Bierman, and, when she's not having some cosmetic procedure or another, is a kind of mother to 6 kids. Oh yeah, she's bisexual, if anyone cares. 4. Christina Aguilera. Hot butt. Talk about the elephant in the room. Christina Aguilera's butt job is totally out there. Of course, she's been a judge on The Voice. And, of course, she's fallen out with fellow judge Blake Shelton and his love, Gwen Stefani, when the two reportedly got big bucks for flaunting their relationship on camera. Way back in the 1990s, Christina was a midriff-bearing hottie and a Mickey Mouse Club type alongside Britney Spears. She hit it big 20 years ago, and since then, she has had a bit of a roller coaster ride of a career. She gets a lot of hype for the release of a record and then, plop, it's a flop.
Loaded with camping supplies.
She stages a comeback that falls flat. Oh well, with $130 million in the bank, does she care? In a word, yes. Coming up to 40 years old, she doesn't have much time left to come back. She and her butt are still hot. And hot to trot. 5. Iggy Azalea, hot little piece of a blonde Australian rapper Iggy Azalea, before and after. Come on, Iggy, said talk show bore Wendy Williams, own up to the fact that you've had the work done. Why on earth Williams, a monument to plastic herself, would care so much, nobody seems to understand. Iggy's been around a while and never really hit it big in music circles. She's admitted to various bits of work, like on her boobs and her cute little nose, but has not owned up to what seems like an obvious piece of plastic, or rather silicone, in her backside. For a time, she was loved up with NBA star Nick Young. Then, it seems that she caught him cheating, thanks to a home security camera. Oops. You mean he was bringing them home when Iggy was away? Apparently. 6. Heidi Montag, 10 procedures a day girl. What can we say about Heidi Montag? She's a failed singer. She's an obnoxious reality TV star who, together with her other half, Spencer Pratt, represents everything that is wrong with America. That is according to Today's Show host Al Roker, who had the misfortune of trying to interview the couple on TV. The duo also wrote a book called How to Be Famous. It seems like it's all about playing the press and becoming a tabloid fixture by doing rude, obnoxious, and scandalous things. So, when our Heidi decided to have a spot of plastic surgery, she had 10 procedures in one day. It was a top to bottom, nose to butt kind of a day that she says nearly killed her, literally. No, we don't like Heidi one little bit. But her butt? That's a different matter altogether. 7. Khloe Kardashian, give this girl a refund. Other than the fact that it was Kim K who first did the butt enhancement thing, it is not clear in what order the rest of the Kardashian/Jenner girls followed suit. But, pun intended, at some point, poor old Khloe Kardashian signed up for the bigger butt club. The only thing is that some say the implants shifted, and she went running back to the doctor. We think her booty job is a flop, big time. Her cheeks look uneven and as if they might explode at any moment. Khloe has been hounded by the rumor that she may be O.J. Simpson's daughter. Seems like Momager Chris was a bit of a party girl back in the day, and some say she and O.J. had a brief thing. Even Dad Rob Kardashian commented on how dark Khloe is. And at 5 feet 10 inches, she is way taller than the rest of the clan. 8. Jenna Jameson, happy butt day. What does a former adult star and webcam model do for her 38th birthday? The answer for Jenna Jameson was A. Get a butt job and B. Throw one heck of a bash to show it off. And that's just what she did. Jenna, who has been dubbed the Queen of P*RN, is an AVN Hall of Famer with a string of adult films and a few mainstream appearances behind her and her now enhanced butt. The founder of Club Jenna made a heck of a lot of money and has lost a heck of lot of money. These days, She's engaged to Israeli liar Bitten and has converted to Judaism. Like all things Jenna, she took it to extremes. Back in February, a heavily pregnant Jameson launched a 4-hour anti-Muslim, pro-Ku Klux Klan rant on Twitter. Jenna doesn't always get it right, but we think the butt job is spot on. 9. Taylor Swift toxic but hot. What? Taylor Swift with a butt job? Looks like it, big time. Experts say she's probably gone in for fat injections, rather than the more drastic implants. It suits her. Maybe she did it back when she was actually speaking to Kim Kardashian before the feud of the century over some song or another broke out. Taylor seems to have a bad rep in certain celebrity circles, with singer-slash-songwriter Lorde comparing friendship with Swift to autoimmune disease. We don't understand it either. But it sounds bad. This time last year, the world was in shock and awe when Thor Hunk and 30-something Tom Hiddleston and Swift, and her enhanced butt, hooked up for a bizarre 3-month romance. Word is Ryan Reynolds wants to distance wife Blake Lively from the toxic Swift squad. 10. Jennifer Lopez stop it. Another chick who should have known when to quit is Jennifer Lopez. Most of that silicone could usefully be recycled to her boob area. As she's gotten older, her men have only gotten younger and her backside has definitely grown. We now get very fuzzy focus hot booty shots of J-Lo trying hard not to look getting onto 50. Even 10 years ago, she might have gotten away with all this big booty hotness. But now? It kind of looks as if she is trying way too hard. Back 5 or 6 years ago when she was first with toy boy Casper Smart, he was quick to call her insatiable and to confirm that their thing was all about S*X and not much else. They split up last year. Maybe all the fuzzy focus hot booty nonsense is advertising for Casper too. Wanted, one insatiable toy boy. Under 30 only. Apply J. Lopez. 11. Coco Austin matching booty and girls. Ice-T's Coco Austin is a big, brassy, big-breasted, big butt kind of chick. She's gone on TV and invited presenters to fondle her butt. Pity the poor TV presenter who got told to check her booty out, with Ice-T sitting right there. Ice wasn't looking too happy with what was going on. The current gossip is that Coco went under the knife and had both her boobs and her booty enhanced so they would be the same size. That's like a cup top and bottom. That's pretty much it. So, what does Coco do with her time? Well, the former glamour model stopped taking off her clothes and did a bit of acting before settling into the life of a reality star. But the latest enhancement? She's beginning to resemble a bad version of Jessica Rabbit. And that's not good. No word on Ice-T's take on all of this boob and butt enhancement. He probably did say, it cost how much? 12. Kim Kardashian laugh until you cry. Looking at these shots, it seems that Kim Kardashian's butt evolution should have stopped somewhere in the middle. It's the difference between a big A woman and a woman with a big A. Some say she's peaked and is moving from hot to not. But, we have to give credit where credit is due. Kim single-handedly made big booty hot. Beverly Hills plastic surgeons, who credit her with making big booty beautiful, have rushed to become butt men to keep up with the demand. Not to be outdone, most of the rest of the Kardashian/Jenner babes have done the big butt thing. In fact, the only Kardashian/Jenner without butt implants is, maybe, Kendall. And that's only because she's a high-fashion kind of modeling chick. On the catwalk, big butts are usually just not done. 13. The Shannon twins. The hot butts get busted. Playboy's own double threat, the Shannon twins, Christina and Carissa. They are the poster girls for enhancement in general and butt augmentation in particular. It looks as if the twins went for matching butts. The girls next door babes were recently arrested for brawling, with one another, in the wee small hours of the morning. Seems they had been out for a night of drinking and clubbing and came home. Then, wham! Christina punched Carissa in the face. Then, Carissa picked up a security monitor and threw it hard at her sister, knocking out some teeth. Carissa got a free mugshot when she was booked for felony domestic violence, with Christina being slammed for misdemeanor domestic violence. Well, after all that, at least we know those hot butt implants weren't damaged. 14. Amber Rose Natural Silicone. Anyone who looks at the before and after pictures cannot miss the fact that, not only has Amber Rose's booty got bigger, but it has changed its shape. But, she denies having any work done. She went on E.'s Good Work and dared fellow guest, drag queen RuPaul, to feel her butt. He did, and, of course, he said, this sh*t is real. They probably agreed on the whole thing in advance. But the sight of the gay Paul squeezing Amber's ample assets made for good TV. Now, if you ask her ex-husband, rapper Wiz Khalifa, you might get a different answer. Seems like he tweeted something about natural please that just about everyone assumed was a reference to his baby mama. Some say that Amber Rose has done what she usually does and, as far as her butt is concerned, she has gone way too far. 15. Kate Hudson come fondle my hot tush. Lady Gaga fondled it at the Met Gala. And Jennifer Aniston fondled it on the red carpet. What is it? It's Kate Hudson's booty. But, the rumor is that Kate has had some enhancement work done on her adorable rear. Earlier shots of her in yoga pants show a much smaller backside. And a couple of years ago, she defended butt implants. She told InStyle magazine, if someone wants to go get butt implants, then sure, go get butt implants. Some say that on a trip down to Miami a while back, Kate went from 0 cup to A/B cup overnight and that her posterior assets appeared to blossom as well. So, it's made in Miami, and not Hollywood. It seems that fellow female stars just can't get enough of that adorable, enhanced, tush of Kate's.